Hi, it's Angelina, and I'm going to do another reading. This one is on the autumn, actually, the equinox, and what you can harvest. So basically, what you can harvest from what you have done this year. And I'm also going to look at where you are now and what you still have to heal or let go of. From left to right, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm sorry about the glare. I can't really help that. We have the Dreamtime card, number 1, the Milky Way, Childhood, and number 4, the Clouds. So 1, 2, 3, or 4. Right, getting straight into the reading. Put a light with it. I'm gonna do this card as well because for this set I feel it also has to do with the reading. The creation, the Dreamtime, an Aboriginal playing a didgeridoo. This is about quieting your mind, taking time to find your inner peace, tranquility, so that whatever wants to be born when it comes to creation from inside of you can come into your awareness, so that you then can manifest it, can do it, can create it. That's what this card is basically about. So there is something that, you know, wants to be born, that wants to be manifested by you, but you have to take time in order for that to come up and into your awareness, so you get more clarity on that. And what you can harvest, we have the home card, which is absolutely beautiful, well, to get as a message what you can harvest, right? Home. And I feel for most of you this has to do with, well, figuratively, coming home to yourself, feeling comfortable, home, at ease, peaceful. You likely have had a period where you haven't had that feeling so much. It can also for some be having moved literally this year to another place, another home. But I feel for most this has more to do with the energetic thing, the energetic aspect of feeling at home with yourself, maybe even in a new relationship. But I think in general, with yourself, just with yourself, in yourself, on the inside. Comfortable, at ease, peaceful. Now, two more cards from the tarot, what you can harvest. Well, then we have another creation card, the Spark of Life. The Ace of Bows is the Ace of Wands in Default Tarot. This is also about creation, that spark of life, the spark of creation. This is the beginning of that. Right, where it is born. So that is basically the same message as this card. That's why I said it comes, it goes with the reading, because I've already just seen it. I was recording this and then something happened with my camera and it switched off, so I had to start again. But this is about manifesting ideas that spark that idea and being passionate about that. That's what this is about. That's what you can harvest now. So you really have come to a much better place, especially with this card is the Hanged Man card, normally speaking, in tarot, the Mirror card. There was something here, this figure in the boat is something that you have to let go of, and or had to let go of, and that you took most of the year to do that. To get that far, that you are actually ready, mostly willing to let go of that. And now it can just go from your view, from your life. It doesn't belong with you anymore. It's not really part of your life anymore. So now you can say goodbye and let it go. And that took a long time, because the Hanged Man is not a fast moving card. It's not fast moving energy. It always takes time. But now you can harvest that, the fact that you can now let go of that, say goodbye to it. And that can have to do with the relationship, but also anything else that hurt you, upset you, that was difficult for you. And for the people who literally maybe moved to another place, then likely you had a difficulty with that. You found it difficult to leave the old place behind. But you're now ready, and so that is really beautiful, that you can let go of whatever has been troubling you for a long time, and now you are ready to begin manifesting again, to have a brighter perspective towards the future, starting to see that future again, wanting to manifest and dreaming again, feeling more positive. Where are you now that we have this first card? There's two cards for you. The guardian angel, you are not alone. Well, everyone or most everyone knows that white feathers are messages from the angels. You are not alone. So I think that you have felt quite lonely, maybe even forsaken, abandoned, whatever, that in something like that, for the better part of the year, deep down on the inside in your heart. And now you're ready to actually let more light and love in again and beginning, well, not feeling so lonely anymore. Because that hurt is leaving your system, is leaving your life. And with that, you also get that knowledge again. You actually, with this card, that they both came out, this is based on Jesus, the great teacher. I feel for you that you are now in that place where you can reconnect with your inner being again, with your intuition and your inner, just your inner being, who you really truly are. And because of that, beginning to feel much better again. Not so alone anymore, at home with yourself, within your life, at ease, peaceful, and only just beginning, but beginning to look forward to the future. Maybe some of you are not quite there yet, that you really are looking forward to the future, but the spark is there. The spark is there. What must you still let go of or heal? Then we have trust. That's what you still need to heal. So whatever happened to you, it hurts you really quite bad. And it's difficult for you still to trust people. Maybe when it comes, if it has to do with with a partner, an ex-partner, to be able to trust again, to open your heart again, to let your love in. So you must really work on that, because otherwise, well, you can't really find new love if you're not able to open up. So that's what you still have to work on, but it's looking really good. It's looking really good. That long process, that long process that maybe for you, it felt as if it was never going to end, is over now. It really is over now. You can say goodbye to it. It's leaving your life. It's leaving your life. So thank you for watching. And feedback always appreciated. And then I'm going to the numbers 2. This is about having a perspective, being able to see the big picture of things. And I'm not certain if that's going to connect to the rest of the reading, so I might come back to it. I don't know. For you, where are you now? Oh, sorry, what can you harvest? Then we have the stuck in the mud card. Yeah, that seems very negative, but it depends where you came from, right? Being stuck in the mud is sometimes really good, because then it slows you down, which allows you to take some time to recharge your batteries, or to reconnect with who you really are, where you want to go in life, what you want to do. Sometimes it's just really good to stand still, and we hardly ever do that. We keep rushing, moving from A to B to Z to, and we don't take time to reconnect with ourselves. And sometimes that is just really, really important. And for you right now, apparently it is indeed important. And if you find yourself stuck in the mud, if you have that feeling, then allow that to be and relax into that. Really take your time to just think and ponder and just be, and allow things to come up that need to come up. Because if you start to try and resist it, try to get out of the mud, you will only get stuck deeper, and then it will only take you longer to get out of there. And you really have to be here, otherwise you wouldn't be stuck. There's a reason for it. If you just allow it, accept it, don't fight it, don't resist it, just use that time, that break, to connect with your inner being, with your inner self, to find out what you need to do, where you need to go next, then it will go much faster. The process will go much faster than when you are resisting it. And I think something new is going to come up for you, because there's a new moon there. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say about that. Then we have the Knight of Arrows and the Seven of Bows. Now, I'm not quite certain what that was, because I often go for my own interpretations with these cards, but there definitely has to be some clearing. You know, that stuff needs to be cleared, and that's why you're stuck as well. You have to do that first. I have to get the book. I'm sorry about that. I have to get the book because I do not want to give you the default Knight of Swords interpretation. Righty, well, that was a bit silly. I should have seen that, especially because we have the perspective card. This is so silly. I love this deck, and this is one of the cards that I can't really relate to so much for whatever reason. But a hawk is about flying high and having a higher perspective, and we have the perspective card here as well. So that's why you're also stuck in that mud. So you slow down, take a break, and so that you can get to a higher perspective. And likely that has to do with what or who you have to let go of. There can be situations, can be things in your life, it can also be people in your life that you should actually let go of, that don't serve you anymore. And that's what this is about. That's what you can do right now. You've reached that point. So maybe you have been working really very hard this entire year, and maybe sort of lost track or haven't taken. I feel more that you didn't take the time to pause and think whether the course that you were on was actually the right one for you, or that at some point maybe you lost track of your course that you started off with earlier this year. Now it's time to take a break and to look at that. Are you still on track? Is this still the right path for you? And for that you have to slow down, and likely you yourself wouldn't really slow down, so then life helps you out. The universe basically helps you out, because it's necessary that you do that, because you have to get to that higher perspective and take an honest look at what I just said. If there's a need to change things, maybe you got sidetracked, maybe there is situations or people that you have to cut out of your life with the clearance card and have to let go of, and then continue on your path. And if you resist this, if you're going to fight against that, you're going to stay stuck longer, right? So you really have to take that break, because I feel most of you don't like this. No one likes to be stuck in the mud. I really feel that it's mostly basically caused by by life, by the universe, that you are now stuck. And this is what I just explained is the reason why. So take that time to do that clearing and to get to that higher perspective. And we're going to look at where you are now. Then we have a summer, bask in joy and light. And that's also what you can do if you take a little bit of a break. This is about rising up and shining, and bring your projects and plans out into the light, into manifestation. But in order to do that, you first have to get to that higher perspective, so you can also do that clearing, the clearance that is needed, right? But this is where you are now. So it is really beautiful. You might not like it because you are stuck in that mud, and you likely have been struggling to get out of there, not realizing that there was actually a reason for it. So I hope now you feel a little bit better about that, and just take that break so that you can get to that and then shine your light again. Because maybe a number of you have gotten sidetracked, and then you cannot shine your light, then you cannot manifest your projects and your ideas and what you want if you got sidetracked. So it's very good to take a break, so you can be on your merry way again after that. What can you let go of still? Equality. This can be two thingies, and I'm gonna give them to you both because I feel that I have to. For some, it might be that you. The message that you mustn't feel inferior to anyone and walk your own path. Hold on to your beliefs and don't get swayed by other people. And that could have happened and have gotten you, be the cause that you ended up stuck in the mud now, maybe sidetracked because of that, lost your way and lost your own shine and, your own thing. So again, that goes together with that. So you still have to work on that then. That's also, again, why you are stuck. So you can do that. Find your own way again. Right? Don't be swayed by other people. Follow your own path. And it can also be the exact opposite, that you actually feel that you know best and you know better, and that it's okay to be confident, but you still must respect other people's qualities and views and opinions. So even if you don't agree with other people, that's fine, but then maybe they shouldn't be on your path. Maybe they should be cleared. If you don't see eye to eye and you don't serve their higher good and they don't serve your highest good anymore, maybe, well, then, so this can be either one of these two messages, depending on the person. And I feel I had to give that both these. So respect is key. That's basically the key of this message, regardless of which one applies to you. And it is a transformation as well because of that snake, right? Snakes is symbol of that transformation, shedding the skin transformation. So whatever is going on is a transformation. This finding your way again. I do feel for most it's finding your way again. Kind of that you sort of got lost for whatever reason. You sort of got lost on the wrong track, kind of. So I hope that resonates. I'd like to hear that. Thank you for watching. And then I'm going to the numbers 3. The people who chose the innocence card. Well, that basically says enough. Playful innocence. Let's see how that comes together maybe with the rest of the reading. Magical map shifter. And this is... well, if your life is a map, then at some point something can happen or someone can enter your life. Then you reach a point on that map of your life where you can go into a completely different direction. A new direction. This is really quite a magical card. Because there's so many options. Basically everything is possible. Kind of like the world is your oyster. You can choose. There's a whole lot of options for you. So you must have had a brilliant year. You must have had a brilliant year if you can harvest this right now. Great many things, great opportunities, a lot of opportunities, an awful lot of options. Yeah. And with the shaman, I feel that as well, because the shaman is normally the magician, which is also about manifesting, having everything that is needed to manifest, to go out there and to do it, to bring it into being, and having the wisdom and the knowledge and everything for that, to do that. It kind of to me feels like that magical map shifter as well, because a shaman, well, he also did magic, right? Shamans also do magic. And there is something that you are moving away from. Something that was painful, because this is the 7 of Vessels, the 7 of Cups, mourning. And this is, the message with this is basically that you have to, like the Celtic people did, they weren't afraid of death and mourning and all that stuff. They knew that was part of life. It's not just only fun and the bright lights that you see over there. The negative, the pain, the mourning, death and whatever is also part of life. And they revered that as well. Like they revered the positive and the good. And, and maybe you have come to an insight like that whatever happened wasn't actually all that bad, that it actually helped you on your way, on your path, and gave you a lot of wisdom. And because of that, you can now make a huge leap forward. this is really, I'm almost inclined to say, what was it again? A small step for men, a huge leap for mankind, I believe. I'm not certain. But something like that. For you, it's similar to that. It's a huge leap forward. And that is because of what happened to you. But, yeah, there's because of that. As if you're now coming to see that something that wasn't pleasant, that likely did hurt you, brought you all these opportunities and options. You see it in a different light now. Mostly that, yeah. And where you are now, again, another beautiful card. Is the Sage. Let's see if I can give you that message. It's basically being willing to go the whole road and back again. And this will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. He represents the Sage, the wise one within. So it's really very similar to this shaman and that magical map shifter. I don't know what you have done this year, but I envy you. This is just really wonderful. It also says that you are preparing to become a great and insightful teacher to your peers. It guides you to take notes, like this wandering yogi is doing on that leaf. He's also taking notes with that peacock feather. And so he can learn, right? He can still learn more. And at some point, your wisdom and insight and knowledge and life experiences are going to be needed. You can do something with that. It's like what it says in here as well. It can impart incredible insights to those with whom you come in contact. So, yeah. It's about becoming more aware of who you are and your inner workings. And because that awareness getting more clarity, it brings more clarity to your decisions. Really committed to your growth as well. Very dedicated and committed to your own growth. Understanding was what it says here. I'm going to read that out to you. All right, your understanding that you are not only a body but also a soul is all you need to continue growing and expanding. So you really, this is all so shamany. It's not even a word, is it? And magical, like that magical map shifter. It's really quite amazing. Really quite amazing. And that's also, in a way, going back to innocence. Open, being open, teachable, open, eager, curious, and happy. Like that Sage. He might be old, but in a way, he's still like these children here. Yeah. And what you still must learn, heal, or let go of. Then we have the Morrigan, sovereignty. Let me quickly look that up. There. I had to find my little book. Because... yeah, this says that you have endured quite a lot, regardless of all this. And that because of that, you have put up walls around yourself or around your heart, maybe, for protection. And that defense is so firmly in place that you are ready to fight at a moment's notice. And that is what you shouldn't really do, right? You don't have to put up with anything or be afraid of drama or whatever, but you don't have to protect yourself that way. If there's something going on that is not to your liking or people crossing your boundaries, you can stand up for yourself in a more kind and loving way and still remain true to yourself, right? That's basically what it says. Take a softer approach. And also know that not everyone is against you. Build up on your mental and physical strength. So that is the message with the Morgan. Also, she is a shapeshifter, which is really quite interesting. She is a shapeshifter. Don't be afraid. I get that. Don't be afraid. I'm not certain, but I get that. Don't be afraid. And you don't have to fight. You don't have to fight for anything. You can remain like that sage. You can remain like that. And like the child, be innocent and pure. And like the sage, you can still have boundaries. You don't have to fight and become a war goddess to defend yourself, to stand by your boundaries. You know, you can do that. If the way he does that is far more powerful from love, inner strength and love. It's far more powerful. And that's likely because of what happened, because something did happen to you that was really very painful. But it looks so positive. It's amazing. You are on a really... I don't know what you're busy with, but this is so spiritual, so incredibly high energy. Shaman, magical map shifter, and the sage is like 3 shamans in one set. It's really quite amazing. I hope it resonates. I can't make anything more of it, but this is what is going on in your life right now. So I do hope it's helpful and resonates with you, and thank you for watching. Please leave me some feedback. I'm curious how this resonates for you. And then I'm moving to the numbers 4. Then we have the shape shifting card, the clouds. It's about shape shifting. Let's see, what can you harvest now? Wide open, being seen, receiving, able to receive, to open your heart and your arms and receive. Let's see what else, because we have 2 tarot cards with that as well, what you can harvest. And then we have 8 of arrows, struggle, and the fox, the knight of bows. That's the knight of wands in default tarot. So you have had a struggle, and that was mostly your own inner fears and thoughts, limiting beliefs, and that kind of stuff that kept you going around in a circle, make you feel alone, not understood, or whatever, forsaken, maybe even. Just, it was difficult. You have had a difficult time, but then there is this knight of bows, the fox, and that is about doing things a different way, leaving the old ways behind, and that can be literally but also figuratively. And I feel, because of the nature of the reading, that is mostly figuratively, that you have chosen to do things a new way. So likely you have managed to break free from these limiting beliefs and self-inflicted pain. It was just really you yourself who did that to yourself. No one was really shooting these arrows at you. It was just you thinking that someone or people were doing that, but it wasn't true. It wasn't as bad as you actually thought it was. But no matter what, you managed to break free from that. Because you were smart. You tapped into your strength and you managed to break free. And now, right? Because this is what you can harvest now. This is what you can do now. Yeah. Also feel almost like feel like saying stop feeling sorry for yourself, but I'm not certain if that is really necessary, because you can harvest being open, being seen again, right? You climbed on top of that mountain or rock or whatever, and looking up at the sky, like feeling free, liberated, your arms wide open, meaning your chest is vulnerable, meaning you dare do that now. Your arms wide open is also a receiving position, being able to receive again in your heart. Healing, a lot of healing from the heart. Also because she's wearing a green dress, which is the color of the heart chakra. So, yeah, that's what you can harvest, what you worked on this year. So it probably took you most of the year to get through, break free from that. And to then at some point just say, like, no more. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to put up with that shit anymore. I'm going to do it differently. And break free in a new way. And that's what you can harvest now. because of that. And where you are now, well, reflecting, looking back, that is the life mirror. The mirror of life, basically. And this is kind of like the law of attraction. It's saying that what you exude is what you also see reflected back in the outside world, in your environment, situations and things and people that you meet and come across. So if that is not to your liking, then that is basically says something about your own inner world. So let's see if there's any other message with that that might be important. So you're likely still reflecting. It says that it is take the time to do that. Take the time to reflect. Also, the angels accept you just the way you are. Even when you are going through a challenging time, they still hold you in high esteem. And that is true, right? Your inner being as well. Your inner being also never thinks bad or low about you. They always love you. Your inner being always loves you. Spirit always loves you. The angels always love you, no matter what. It's just you and your ego that tend to, well, for everyone, that goes for everyone, not just for you, right? So what I just said, the mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are in fact what is reflected back to you by your world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within, and the mirror guardian helps you to recognize that. So this is, like I said, it's basically all about law of attraction. So just know that you are a beautiful being, and that you have overcome a whole lot of challenges, and that you have expanded in an awful lot of ways. I mean, look at that. You came from struggle, which was likely where you were earlier this year, and then you overcame that, and now you are here. You're able to receive and to heal and to inhale life and air again, feeling liberated. It almost feels to me as if you felt like you were in a straitjacket, that you couldn't breathe, and now you can breathe again. You're done with that straitjacket. You can breathe again. You're free. You set yourself free from something, and what that is will vary for everyone. So take some time to reflect on that and see how far you have come. What you have achieved, that is good. That's exactly the right thing to do right now with the Equinox, and we just had that Equinox, right? And we just had Mabon. Really very good time to now reflect and look back at what you have achieved and how far you have come. Really, literally that, yeah. So this is really completely in tune with the energies of now, of this time of year. What must you still heal or let go of? Then we have Keridman, inspiration. Negative views have clouded your outlook. And so it is very good now to observe your thoughts and again, basically this, right? Reflect and look at what your thoughts are, how your thoughts are. Are they positive? Are they negative? If they're negative, you're going to see that reflected back into your life. That's law of attraction. You will then attract that, right? So you have to really be careful with that. Don't slip back into the habit that you had here with all these negative thoughts, with that struggle card, with your own limiting beliefs and fears and insecurities or whatever it was that was dragging you down. And this is basically about drinking from Keridban's cauldron, her potion. So these cobwebs of these negative thoughts and things are blown away. And then you get clear vision again, and then you can start to create again and to expand, and things will begin to flow again. So in a way that's really connected to this it's like almost a very similar message. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense to you. I do hope this makes sense to you. I wonder how many people will have chosen this set. I feel a lot of people will have gone for 4. I don't know why. It's just, let me see if this actually adds to the reading. I'm curious. I'm just curious because I just drew these for the. I didn't choose them, but let's see. Clouds. There's still a bit of time left. Bring out different sides and aspects of you. Discover these aspects, adjusting to circumstances, being flexible, using your imagination, which is also freeing and creative and flexible. Yeah. Lift your head up, square your shoulders and stand tall, such that your chest and heart, my God, wow. Let me get to that card and then I'll read that bit out again. This is from the shape-shifting card, right? The clouds, what I'm now telling you. Lift your head up, that's what she's doing. Square your shoulders, that's also what she's doing. Stand tall, which is what she's doing, so that your chest and heart open up to the world and note how that feels. You may feel vulnerable at first, but stay with it. Then let your shoulders fall forward slightly, pull your chest inward 1 inch or 2, and let your head drop a little. Observe how that feels. Because then you make yourself small again. This is exactly what that woman is doing. And that's the message from this card. Amazing, yeah. Experiment with contracting your aura, that's your energy field, then expand it as far as you comfortably can. By this kind of shape-shifting, you can consciously choose your expression into the world. Just remember who you are at the core. That is a part of the message that comes with the clouds. So yes, it does tie in with the rest of this reading. I do hope it is helpful. I do hope this resonates and is helpful to you. So this is what you can harvest. You have come a long way. You really have come a long way. I think this has been going on for longer than just this year. I think this has been quite a long process. Yeah. Anyhow, thank you for watching, and feedback is really appreciated. And I'll see you again soon with another reading. Bye!